Hi guys, welcome to Souls No Evolution. Thank you so much for taking the time to join me. This is going to be your daily divination for whenever it is that you are tuning in. Welcome, welcome, welcome if you're new, and welcome back if you're returning. Right, we're looking for an energy from the Divine Energy Oracle deck that's going to show us what we're dealing with for the day ahead. And these are very general readings, guys, very specific in terms of what I'm saying. But every message isn't going to be your message every single day. So please take that in mind. Yeah, please take that in mind. Please bear that in mind and only take what resonates and leave the rest. So can we have a card for the collective? A card for the collective, please. What messages to the collective, well, need to hear today? And that flew on the floor. Right, we have admit your vulnerabilities. Now, we've had this in the Earth Magic Oracle deck several times. This energy came up. So, admit your vulnerabilities. Let's have a peek at what's at the bottom of the deck and see if we can look forward. Right, okay. Right, okay. So, it feels as though I'm just feeling and seeing like that crossroads energy. So you being stood at the precipice of a splitting path, and you're being encouraged to move forward, to pick a path, to choose a direction. And this can be in any aspect or avenue of your life. It could be related to work, it could be related to love, it could be related to, you know, your personal path or journey, what it is that you want to do, where it is you want to be, what it is you want, where you want to go. I don't know, but it feels as though for you to pick the path that's most in alignment for you, you're going to need to admit to yourself what... Let me try and get this right. Like, you're going to need to admit to yourself what about taking the path that lines up with your, you know, your heart's desires, your open heart chakra, you expressing yourself and living from a place of authenticity. What about you sort of picking that path is making you vulnerable? We've had... Yeah, it was this deck. I've been terrible in terms of my consistency. I've had a really, really busy couple of weeks. But I haven't done a reading for about a week. And in this deck, we had the same card come out twice that was speaking about busting out of your comfort zone. So it's you stepping out of the ordinary, or what is, you know, expected from you, for you. And it's like you picking that alternative path that's going to cause the growth, the stretching, the magic to unfold in your life, maybe causing you, like I say, a feeling of vulnerability. But I did say in those readings that our feelings are like a barometer. They're a feedback mechanism that sort of tell us the path that we are on. And vulnerability is one of the, let's say, the feelings, the emotions that we would experience as we stretch ourselves, as we leave our comfort zone, as we get rid of those 8 swords that have been penning us in or trapping us in. So there's something that needs to be acknowledged, and sometimes it is just as simple as the acknowledgement of what you fear, or what you're worried about happening or not happening, or what you're insecure about, or what is causing those insecurities. Sometimes it's just the admission, like I say, as it says there, admit. It's the admission of, the acceptance of, the recognition of, that kind of allows those fears to deteriorate. It's when we avoid looking at them, it's when we avoid telling ourselves the truth of how we truly feel, that we stay where we are. So, let's get some charms. See what we've got going on. I want to go to this side. Right, okay. That stork's back. Right, okay. Oh, right, okay. The stork is back. We have the Buddha. We have a house or a home. We have the dragon. We have a teapot, an aeroplane, a shoe, and a cake or muffin. I think it's a cupcake. Right, okay. I want to put that there. That's how they came round, but they were the backwards way. Right, okay. So we've got look forward as the energy at the bottom of the deck here. And I'm seeing this, yeah, like I was saying about you being at the fork in the road. the steps forward that you need to take, or even if you're not actually physically taking those steps, it's you projecting, it's you looking forward to, as I say, what's to come. And like I said, doing that may be causing these vulnerabilities, it may be causing these fears to surface. We've got this dragon here, and that to me is an energy that speaks about our shadow. And our shadow, you know, whether you will have heard about shadow work before, but our shadow is the aspect of ourself that we don't admit, is the bit that we push away, it's the bit that we suppress. And as I was talking about, it's through your admission, through your looking at it, through your recognition of it, that those fears or that aspect of your character subsides and it holds no power over you anymore. So there's definitely something about you facing your shadow. This could be you facing the shadow in other people. Like I say, that may be making you feel vulnerable in some respect, but I'm not picking that up as for many of you. This is about a self thing. It's about your shadow. Now, the dragon is kind of flying over this home or flying over this house. So there may be aspects of your shadow that are linked to your safety, like I said, your security, the home. To me, it's like Four of Wands energy. It's the dwelling, it's where we feel safe, it's where we feel secure. So it's maybe that you are being encouraged to step outside of that comfort zone. It keeps going back. These readings have all been kind of the same out of this deck. But you may be encouraged to face whatever it is that is keeping you stagnant in some way, or holding you in a place that you would rather not be in some way. Now, this could have everything to do with your foundation if this is not about an actual physical home, because our home represents our foundation. The home to me also represents our physical body. You know, it's the house of our spirit. It's the house of our soul. So it may not be just about a physical dwelling for you. But we've got this Buddha, and that to me is an energy of, you know, the like the hermit, I was going to say Virgo, of the hermit, of going within, seeking the answers, or doing the self-reflection work relating to your vulnerabilities that's going to free you from that. Because sometimes this home, as comfortable as it may be, can also, you know, on the flip side of it, because everything has a good side, everything has a bad side, and then there's like a scale in between the two. And when we're stepping outside of our comfort zone, it's like we are stretching the limits of what we know. So it may be that for some of you, that this home, whether it's your physical body, your physical home, your foundation in some way, is now acting as a prison where you're not able to maneuver or to work outside of that for fear of the unknown. So you're being encouraged to go within, to shine a light on any fears that you have or any shadow work that needs to be done that's going to help you take steps in a forward direction. And it feels as though this shadow work is going to give you this elevated perspective. It's going to allow you to see things from, we speak about it all the time, a higher vantage point. The more distance that you can put between you and, you know, your vulnerabilities or your fears or whatever this dragon demon kind of energy represents, the more distance that you can put between you and it, the more objectively you can view it. You know, we're not wrapped up in the emotions surrounding it. So it's about you having that bird's eye view that, I've spoken about it before, but when you look out of a plane window, everything looks so small and everything looks so tiny. So it's you allowing yourself to get to those heights where you can look back at whatever it is that, you know, has been holding you back, or that you can get to those heights so that you can see the path forward, or more of the path that's ahead of you, rather than having, like I said, a very limited or stagnant view of what's in front of you if you're down on the ground. Now, we have this teapot, and this, even though it's a teapot, always reminds me of Aladdin's lamp. Now, I'm sure it says time for tea on it. What does it actually say? Yeah, I think it, oh my goodness, I've dropped it on the floor. I think it does actually say time for tea. So that to me can speak about, there may be, I don't know, an offer, an invitation from somebody. It doesn't have to be romantic, it doesn't have to be love related, it could be a friend, it could be a colleague, it could be a neighbour, I don't know. But it feels as though you're being encouraged by this offer, this invitation, or some sort of reconciliation. that's going to cause you to stretch outside of your comfort zone. If you accept it, I don't know, it's going to be different for everyone. Accepting it may be the stretch outside of your comfort zone. Refusing it may be the stretch outside of your comfort zone. It's going to be different, but as long as you're looking forward and you're looking to your future, then you're going to know, from how you've responded or reacted in the past, what are the different choices for you being at this fork in the road. Now we have, I haven't spoken about the muffin and I haven't spoken about the stork. Now the stork to me is always Empress energy. And Empress energy is all about growth. It's about abundance. It's about the mind, the body and the soul all being in harmony. And as I mentioned that this home here is reference to our physical body, then we've got reference to our mind in here with the aeroplane. And as I said, you get in those thoughts or having your thoughts from a higher perspective. And then, the dragon is almost the soul energy. So it's like the Holy Trinity here. So there may be, like I say, a need for you to sort of acknowledge all of those individual aspects of self, aspects of your mind. So as you say, if we're talking about your vulnerabilities, what your mind is telling you about this situation, what your heart and your soul is telling you about this situation, but also what your physical body is doing in relation to all of this. And it's harmonizing all of that energy. But there's some sort of growth. There's an opportunity for you to bring about or bring to life, birth into your existence something new. But it's going to require you, as I keep saying, and I don't want to keep repeating myself, to step outside of your comfort zone in some way. And we've got the muffin and the cake. And that to me is just enjoying the sweetness of life again. Allowing yourself, the sweet treats that life has to offer. And it may be that is through you stepping outside of this vulnerability, or even admitting these vulnerabilities to yourself, is what is going to allow for more sweetness in life. Right, wow, that was a lot. Let's get some letters. Right, okay. I can see won't in the letters that are turned over as we throw them down. We have S, M, I, D, N, W, Y, another N, an L, a P, we've got loads today, a H, an O, T, and an X. Wow. Okay. Right, okay. And I'm seeing the word mind, M-I-N-D. I can turn that round, so that's going to annoy me. M-I-N-D. So we were talking about the mind. So it's really important that you don't allow your mind to run away with you, or you getting into that 8 of Swords or 9 of Swords energy, where your mind is either, running on autopilot, completely out of your control, or you are creating limitations within your life through the thoughts that you're continuously thinking. That's when we get that 8 of Swords, when we're trapped, or we feel as though we're trapped because of what our mind is replaying over and over again. Now, what else can I see in here? I can see windy, I can see hot, I can see plot. Okay, let me see how these are relevant. I'm just getting distracted because I can nearly see my whole damn name in there. S-I-M-O-N, there's no E. Right, okay. So yeah, with this plot, that's what I feel like. I said that you're stood at the fork in a road. So it is about you looking at, I'm almost feeling it like, the plot of a story or a storyline within, I don't know, a book or a film or something, how things are going to play out. But you don't understand, or, you do understand that you get to write the script. The plot becomes whatever you tell yourself it is. And we've got the mind in here. So your mind is such a powerful tool. If you tell yourself something, that is what you're going to manifest. So you're going to manifest whatever it is that you're continuously thinking into your reality. So you can change the script, you can change the story, you can change the plot line of your life at any point in time. What else did I say I could see in there? Windy. I'm just getting turbulence from that plane, because there was a plane in the charms, and as I said, you need to get up to that higher perspective point. But when you're at that higher perspective point, if you imagine a plane sort of hitting, you know, a patch of, you know, wind or whatever it is that causes turbulence, and the plane's just bouncing around, it's getting thrown around in the air. So it's about, there's an aspect of this in controlling aspects of your mind, so that you do get to see things clearly. Things are sort of still, and you're making rational choices and rational decisions that aren't based on, you know, your vulnerabilities or reinforcing your vulnerabilities. I don't know where this is going, but I'm going to leave that there and read this out of the book. Let's find the contents page. Here we go, number 60. Admit your vulnerabilities. It says, surrender all your needs to your Creator and be grateful for all you've received. Know that this resource is limitless. Accept the truth that you are the beloved trust fund baby of the divine Mother and Father. Let me read that again. Accept the truth that you are the beloved trust fund baby of the divine Mother and Father God, and know all your real needs will be met better than you could ever imagine. So yeah, I feel as though that just ties back to you being at that fork in the road, and it's like, well, do I do the thing that I've always done, or do I step in a new direction? And that stepping in a new direction requires surrender. It requires vulnerability. It requires you to sort of turn it over, your fears over to a higher power. And that plane that we had, that may even be symbolic or, you know, significant in terms of referencing that higher power, God, the universe. And like I say, we don't always get to see what do you call it? We don't always get to see what our life looks like from where we are to the end point. We get to see a few steps ahead if we're lucky. So it's like, for you to turn those fears and vulnerabilities over to a higher power is also going to get you where it is that you need to go. And it may be that aspect of surrendering that's making you feel vulnerable. I don't know. But this is the long one. I'm going to leave it there. I hope you got something from it, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Have a great day. Bye.